December 7 is not a holiday. This is coming from the Ghana Education Service to all teachers, students and educational workers, stressing all of them should be at post right after voting. But here's a case where some teachers will be used as returning officers and polling agents, and also some schools would also be used as polling stations. And so we are asking, would it be a big deal if we make it a holiday to undertake this once in a 4-year event? This is Daily Rant. Let's keep talking.
I think the government should have considered making it a holiday, especially with Friday going to become the Farmers' Day holiday. It would have been good to have the holiday on the 7th of December so that they will be able to, use their rights, the democratic rights, to be able to vote, and whether they want to be polling agents, whether they want to be part of it, to observe or whatever, they can be part of that. And I think it is quite important for people to feel like for that day, they have the right to do whatever they can. So will it be a case that if they decided to take a holiday, will GS give it to them? That one too, we need to consider that. And if for whatever reason they have agreed to be agents or something on that day, if they decide to use their right to do that, when they come to work, will they be disciplined for it? So all that needs to be considered. But I think ideally it should have been a holiday so that they can use the places for the voting that we are going to be using, and also make sure that the teachers can be able to help towards the voting process.
Well, there may be a reason why Ghana Education Service has come up with that instructions or directives. But in my personal opinion, let's analyze it carefully. Some of the teachers are going to be electoral officers on that day. They are going to work for EC. Some of them also will act as polling agents for the various political parties. Some of the school campuses will be used as a center for that, on that day. So once it's being used as a center and people are queuing in and out, it's definitely going to affect the concentration level and the harmonious conduct of the school at that particular moment. At a point in time, some of us were thinking that the reason why we celebrated the Farmers' Day without holiday in November was because of the December 7, whereby we can now declare December 7 as a holiday for all the various stakeholders to actively participate. Because that December 7th, now if you say after voting, come back to work, what about those who are serving as polling agents? It's a pure political party agent. He's not working for government, but he's working for a political party. Should he, at what time is he going to finish his agent work, count the vote, record the vote, accompany the ballot boxes to the collation center before coming back to campus? So therefore, if it's a maths teacher or English teacher that day, even if the children should go to school, the maths teacher will not be available. So therefore, they go to school and have nothing beneficial. To me personally, that's my personal opinion. I think I will appeal to government to reconsider the Friday holiday and move it to the next week, Wednesday.
Do you foresee any sanctions should some teachers defy that directive?
That will depend on the GES, how they decide to process. Right now, with the details that we received, we haven't yet received enough information to say that whether there will be sanctions or not, there will not be sanctions. But of course, they must have a reason why they are doing that. Ideally, as Kofi is saying, personally, we would prefer if the government would make the 7th of December a holiday, so that the voter turnout will be good, and there will not be any issues in the schools regarding people voting while children are in class, and also teachers not turning up. So ideally that should be it. But the GS, they should give us clarity why they are saying that, and if anything happens, what will they do to the teachers? If that is the case, that they are EC officials or whether they are polling agents, what will be done? So when we get more details, then we can tell.
As I know, you are thinking of only the teachers. We have pupils in GSS 3, then we have students in senior high school who have turned 18 and they have registered, so they must go and vote. So would they be sanctioned also if they leave their classroom to go and vote? So you must look at the whole dynamic. So it's not only about teachers now, it's about those first-time voters also who must be allowed to go and vote. Should they come to school, or would they be allowed to go and vote, then after that come back to the classroom? What about those who have registered outside the campuses or in their hometowns? Would they be given exit to travel to the various areas of location to go and cast vote, then return the same day back to campus to continue the classes? So to me, we need to look at the dynamics carefully before coming up with that directive. That's why I'm saying personally, I will appeal to government to really rather reconsider the Friday holiday and move it to Wednesday.
Don't you think it still comes back to the fact that we have many holidays, and so we should slash some holidays because we have too much holidays, Ghana as a whole?
Well, you see, well, if you say we have many holidays, which country do you compare it with? I mean, there are countries which have more holidays than us. There are some who have less. So it all depends on how productive we are as a country to depend on whether we have holidays or not. And also, there needs to be a balance. Yes, people need to work, but there needs to be a case where there are also holidays that people spend some time with their families and be able to do other things. So there needs to be a balance. Whether we have the balance or not, I don't want to hear say that we have too many holidays. We need to really compare it to other countries and how productive we are. But I mean, whichever way, there is going to be a holiday in December. Whether the holiday is this Friday or is going to be on the 7th of December, that is where we will need to appeal to the government to look at it and decide which one would be best for Ghana as a whole.
To me, in this particular context, too many holidays does not even arise, because we just have a holiday on Friday. And we are saying move it forward. That's what we are asking. So we are not asking that add a holiday to the existing one. So in this context, whether the holidays are becoming too many, it doesn't even arise in the first place. So we're asking that, yes, we have a holiday. The reason why we thought we celebrated that Farmers' Day in November, which should have been celebrated this Friday, and not taking holiday, was to move the holiday forward so that December 7th, we can have a holiday for everybody to participate. So whether we have too many holidays or not, in this particular context, it does not even arise.
I'm tempted to say that maybe GS is coming out with this directive because of, let's say, a precedent. That's something that is making them bring this directive.
I mean, and what type of precedence that is? That okay, the last elections, people went to vote, and yes, they went to work. There haven't been a case where there have been a holiday at the days that people have voted. I mean, in history-wise, there may have been, but currently not. I mean, it is a case where, because when the holiday, Farmers' Day was celebrated in November, and then you're having a holiday in 2nd December. I think when the Farmers' Day thing issue came out around November, a lot of people were thinking that it was going to be because of the December 7th elections that the holiday has been moved there. So that is why there is that type of confusion for that, you see. And it's just a case where it's just a case of moving it a few days. It's not that far apart to see how that happens, and making sure that people don't get confused on what is happening. Because having a holiday on Friday and then Wednesday, people are in class, and then it's a case where will they even concentrate when they're in class? I mean, you'll be looking at people voting just around you. People will be thinking, oh, what is happening? What is happening? The teachers, will they even be able to teach? So you have to look at whether it will be productive. Even making sure that people are in school on that day, will it be productive? So we need to look at that as well.
You see, the fact remains that, because I'm trying to think through the police stations across the country, because some of us act as observers, and majority of the police stations are on school campuses. That one, you're a journalist, so if you have followed election before, let the majority of the police stations,
most public schools,
are public schools. So to me, I think let the Ghana Education Service come back with a further clarification, that we can make a proper input to this.
You're just a phone away from this discussion. Let's know what you also think about this. Log on to our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's News on TV3, and on Twitter, it's our News on TV3. Your hashtag TV3 New Day. Thanks for watching, and this has been Daily Rant.